The 2021 Boston Red Sox season can be summed up in one sentence. Overachievers with a stumbling yet promising finish. The Boston Red Sox have 3 weeks left of baseball before the playoffs. They're in the wild card race, which is great. There's 4 things that they need to do in order to reach the wild card game. Number 1, they have the easiest schedule of the remaining teams in the wild card hunt. And they play the Nationals, the Orioles, and the Mets. All have losing records. The Red Sox need to win 5 or 6 of those 8 games to give themselves a very good chance of getting at least the second wild card spot. If they want to look for home field advantage, they need to win 2 out of 3 against the New York Yankees. That's number 2. They have a 3-game series against the Yankees where they need to not get swept. They absolutely cannot get swept. They need to look to win 1 or 2 of those games for them to be able to solidify themselves as the number 1 wild card spot, but it's not necessary because there's 2 of them. Number 3, they need to let the field play out. The Yankees play Toronto and Tampa. Toronto's playing New York. The Red Sox have the easiest schedule. They need to let those other teams just battle it out. They do their own thing, handle work where they can handle it, and let the other teams fight for one of those wild card spots. Number 4, COVID. They need to get COVID out of their dugout, out of their, entire roster, because they cannot even stand another big hit to one of their star players. They luckily were able to handle it when it hit. They lost 12, 13 guys. They're getting guys back, but they need to get it out of their dugout. They need to move on, get rid of it, because if it stays around, playoffs are coming up and they're not going to make exceptions. Guys will miss the playoffs and you can't have that. The Red Sox, 2 guys need to step up. They're going with a 4-man rotation. Tanner Houck's being moved to the dugout. So Nick Pivetta, their number 4 guy, needs to step up. He had a really good first half, borderline all-star first half, but he's really taken a turn for the worse in the second half of the season. He needs to step it up. He's going to be facing the Yankees. He needs to step up and pitch like he did at the first half of the year. And then the last guy is Matt Barnes, your closer. He blew 3 games in a row. He has really struggled since being named an all-star. And, if he steps up and pitches even half as good as he did to start the year, and if Nick Pivetta steps up, the rest of the team, if they play to even, a minimum of what they have been, the offense looks good. Eovaldi, Sale, Erod look good. Pivetta and Barnes need to solidify those guys as the number 4 guy and their closer to help the Red Sox at least get a playoff spot. And if all things go right, the Red Sox have one of the best chances, in my opinion, of, playing at home in Fenway Park as that first wild card seed.